how are you doing? I am very excited today because we're gonna be talking about Wilson by Ashe, her third studio album. I can't believe today has finally come. I've been so highly anticipating this album that I'm still reeling from the fact that it's here. I do have to say, I have listened to it, obviously. I have my notes right in front of me, but I feel like when it comes to track by track, this review is going to be very boring. I feel like I have very similar opinions on each of the songs, but let's just delve into things. Starting with Please Don't Fall in Love with Me. This song generally already hit me straight in the gut so hard. Like, it's such a vulnerable, real song that I personally really connected with. I feel like it definitely is also within like that perspective from struggling kind of like with our fame and that kind of aspect of things. But as someone who's not famous, I still felt like I could relate a lot to it. And I don't know, it immediately sets a tone for this album to be a really rough time emotionally. And it did so right. Next, we have Running Out of Time. This was the first single for the album, and even though like technically this does have a bit of like that sadness to it, like most of the album does, something about it just feels so free and so freeing, and it just feels, I don't know, like a fucking mall moment in a way, and it's such a good song, and I love it. Then next we have Build a Plug, and for this one, I literally wrote in my notes, fucking hell, just break my heart while you're at it, will you? Because fuck me. This again, absolutely devastating. And the production on this is so good, and is a way of storytelling of its own, and it's just stunning. Then next we have Cherry Tree. Cherry Trees is another one with great storytelling, where the storytelling really stood out to me, this time more so in its lyricism. Everything about this just felt so vivid to me, and I could picture the story unfolding right in front of me. And again, another one I really love. Then we have I Wanna Love You But I Don't. This one was released as a single last month, and I'm honestly still processing this song from back then because it's just stunning. I don't know how it managed to do what it managed, but it feels like so honest, vulnerable, real, about kind of, it's a song about kind of like self-hatred in a way, but also not, because like I want to love you but I don't, like I want to love you but there's some self-hatred within me. I don't know, it's stunning, and it's written like a love song, but it's about yourself, if that makes sense. Then next we have Helter Skelter. It is another really sad one. It almost made me cry. To be fair, it's also kind of like the build-up from the entire album so far. It has this dreamlike quality to like the production side of it and like the melody, which makes it feel like very pretty in a way. But when you listen to like the lyrics and like the overall tone of it, it's sad. And I don't know how to explain it. I love it. It's so well done. Then next we have Dear Stranger. This one is a song about healing. It's about coming back in the spotlight a bit, and it feels nice after all that hurt we just left behind us. It feels nice to have like this moment of catharsis in a way, and I again really like this one. It also feels like it was written for the fans, which I also always appreciate. Love you, Ashe. And next we have Hornet's Nest. Honestly, I'm starting to repeat myself with another absolutely stunning track. Sublime, love it, but also all the synonyms for this. Then next we have Castle. And honestly, my notes for this says, yes bitch, go save yourself. I forgot I wrote that. That's so good. It's a very epic song about saving yourself. It just feels like shadowing through all the hurt and pain, and like you have like this wall, this box around you of like darkness, and just finally being like fuck it and just like breaking through it all. Like I can save myself, I can do this. And it's such an epic song, and I love it. Then we have I Hope You Die First. Another one that was released last month, and this is a love song, but it's also fucking devastating. Like everything about this is gorgeous, beautiful, the greatest message you could ever give to your loved one, but it's also like I hope you die first. It's so sad. But it's also I don't know, I love it. Then next we have Devil Herself. I feel like this one is another one that was really strong on the songwriting for me, one that really jumped out on that aspect, because of course the songwriting is amazing on this entire album. The metaphors and everything throughout this was just really well done, and I really enjoy it. And then we're wrapping things up with Ashe. A self-titled song for a self-titled album. And I feel like it's interesting because her albums have been Ashlyn, Ray, and now Wilson, which is her full name, and then Ashe, the song, is her artistry name. And I just this one came out a couple of days before the album, so I had heard it before listening to the album, and I immediately just like, I was like, I'm not ready for what this album is gonna be, and I was 100% correct. This is such a stunning song, and it feels like it wraps up the album perfectly. It brings in every theme we discussed throughout this album, and I don't know, it wraps it all up so beautifully, brings it into one song, but it's also like a very stunning song on its own, and it's so devastating and so beautiful. And I just like, if you want to explain who Ashe is at this moment, what this project means, I feel like this song is the place to be. Her journey with like having to take a break, and Lau coming back, and how that feels like, and everything about that. It feels like it is perfectly encapsulated within the song, and just it's a stunner, absolutely. And yeah, that's already it for the track by track breakdown. Like I said, bit of a boring track by track breakdown because I adored every single song of this. But when it comes to my album review, stunning. That's absolutely the word for this album. It's devastating. His whole album manages to deal with Ashe's kind of like experience with fame, and her struggling with herself, with her mental health, and taking this break from her career basically, and then coming back to it after having experienced so much hurt from it, and all of that's what this album is about. And it's so beautifully done. And I mean, I have loved every single Ashe song that came before this, but this album just feels special. It feels heartbreaking. Everything about this is so heartbreaking. It's so honest, it's so vulnerable. It has these moments of hope in there as well, of happiness, of I'm better now. And I'm gonna cry just thinking about it again, because it's such a impressively well crafted album, body of work. It's so good. And I just, if you have not listened to this yet, just do so. It will be a favor to yourself, and it's absolutely stunning. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just cream of the crop. I don't know how to pick a top 3 from this generally, because I feel like this album is the best when it's cohesive thing, when it's you know, as an album. But you know, each song is also just like so stunning on its own and tells its own story, and it's beautiful. I have to pick a top 3 now. I've talked myself into it. This is so difficult. How do I make decisions? I think number 1 is gonna be Ashe for me, because I just feel like it's the Ashe song basically. 2, I'm gonna go with I loved Castle. I did. So let's go with Castle, number 2. And up 3, I think I'm gonna go with I Wanna Love You, but I Don't. But Pull the Plug is also, and Please Don't Fall in Love with Me. Oh shit. No, I'm gonna stick to that top 3. Ashe, Castle, I Wanna Love You, but I Don't. That's the top 3 right now. But as you know, these things might change as I listen to the album more. If I experience different things. Honestly, this whole album is my top 3. Can I say that? It's 1, 2, and 3. This entire thing. Wilson. That's it. It was such a difficult decision, but yeah, I fucking adored this album. I'd love to talk about it with you in the comments, so leave your opinions in the comments, obviously, and I'd love to chat, especially leave your top 3 in the comments. I know it's difficult, I had a hard time with it as well, but I always love seeing other people's top 3s, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Good.
Here I am again, the same old situation. Why does the God thing have to be so complicated? Should've played it cool instead of